Something profound is shifting, quietly, energetically, and urgently. The moon's influence during the first week of May 2025 isn't just emotional, it's initiatory. According to spiritual guide Kendra Bowman, lunar forces have begun unlocking ancient soul memories, recoding emotional timelines, and syncing with our DNA in ways humanity hasn't experienced for lifetimes. This isn't about superstition, it's about resonance. You're not being warned to fear, you're being invited to align. The moon is no longer just reflecting light, it's emitting frequency. And if you know how to listen, it will show you exactly what's ready to transform within you, starting now. The moon's magnetic field is now responsive. In past eras, the moon acted as a passive influence, shifting tides, moods, and sleep. But during this week, its magnetic field becomes unusually responsive to human consciousness. It's no longer just acting on us. We are co-shaping its energetic feedback loop. That means your state of mind literally alters your interaction with its power. You may feel sudden surges of awareness, as if your thoughts are pulling invisible threads from the sky. These moments are not imagination, they are moments of energetic communication. The moon is reflecting what you're broadcasting emotionally and magnetically. This feedback loop is part of your awakening. If you hold fear, you'll feel its amplification. But if you sit in stillness or intention, you'll notice the lunar field recalibrate. It's like your consciousness is pressing piano keys, and the moon responds with chords of synchronicity. Don't underestimate the precision of this relationship. Your mood is your message. If you feel out of balance, return to center. Breathe. Realign. You're not just experiencing the moon, you're beginning to co-direct your response to it. This marks a new level of spiritual maturity, where the moon doesn't just move you, but mirrors you with exquisite accuracy. Use this wisely. What you radiate is what is echoed back. Lunar light is decoding hidden emotional contracts. There are emotions inside you that aren't yours. Agreements you inherited from your lineage, from past lives, from collective energies that were never fully questioned. During this week's moon phase, those hidden emotional contracts begin surfacing and dissolving. You might feel emotions that arrive without clear memory. Grief that has no story. Anger that has no target. This isn't regression, it's retrieval. Your system is unlocking encrypted codes through lunar light that expose what's been buried inside your energy body. These contracts often exist below words. They're vibrational. I must suffer to feel loved. I have to hold pain for others. My needs disrupt others' peace. These inherited patterns distort your freedom. The moon's light acts like a frequency decoder, making them visible. Now is the time to pay attention to what triggers you, not to avoid it, but to trace it. You're not being punished by old pain, you're being invited to liberate it. Every tear this week is a key. As you release these unconscious agreements, your soul steps forward with more clarity. You don't become someone new, you return to someone true. And that clarity sets the tone for all choices going forward. May's moon phase carries ancient karmic memory. Kendra teaches that the moon doesn't just move water, it stores memory, especially karmic patterns that have cycled through generations. The first week of May 2025 holds a lunar phase charged with ancient frequencies, drawing forth soul memories from before your birth. You may begin dreaming of people you've never met or places that feel oddly familiar. You may feel a sudden urge to right a wrong that was never yours, or a mysterious pull toward a creative path you abandoned long ago. These are signals from deeper timelines. Karmic memory isn't about guilt, it's about recognition. When you feel these ancient energies stir, don't run. Witness them. Journal them. Feel what they're trying to return to you, because karma isn't just a lesson. It's also locked potential waiting for integration. The moon's job this week is not to punish, but to reveal. To show you where cycles are ready to be completed, not with action, but with presence and awareness. It's not about fixing the past. It's about absorbing its wisdom. Let what rises rise, and know that what's uncomfortable now is clearing space for what's unshakable to come through. Sleep cycles are now moon synchronized. Sleep this week is not just rest, it's ritual. As lunar frequencies intensify, they begin to align your brainwaves, organs, and hormonal cycles with a higher timeline. If your sleep feels strange, vivid, or interrupted, know that your soul is sensing with a deeper rhythm. This is not insomnia, it's invitation. Waking at specific hours may correspond to energetic portals. 2:22 a.m. may bring ancestral codes. 3:33 a.m. may connect you to multidimensional dreams. These patterns aren't random. They're lunar-aligned windows for recalibration. You may notice heat waves in the body at night, or feel unusually energized upon waking. These are signs of subtle DNA activations. Your body is absorbing codes of harmony while your conscious mind sleeps. Instead of resisting these patterns, engage with them. Before bed, speak intentions. Ask for guidance. Trust that your higher self is actively doing work in the realms beyond language. You are not just dreaming, you're traveling. Water within you reacts to lunar intelligence. Your body is made of water, and water remembers. During this moon phase, the water inside you is not just responding to tides, it's acting like an antenna. Lunar energy communicates directly with your cellular memory, especially through hydration and emotion. Kendra shares that water is not passive. It listens. If you've been feeling heightened emotional waves or body sensations, it's likely your internal water is conducting a dialogue with the moon's magnetic pulse. Tears, sweat, even cravings for salt are forms of energetic communication. You may notice shifts in thirst, digestion, or breath. This is your fluid body upgrading, subtly attuning itself to crystalline resonance. Water is the interface between soul and body, and the moon now speaks to it like a conductor tuning an orchestra. Treat water this week as sacred. Infuse it with words, light, sound, prayer. The more coherent your water field, the more precise your emotional and intuitive downloads will become. Celestial geometry is restructuring your thought patterns. This week's moon is positioned within a rare geometric alignment involving Earth, Venus, and Mercury. These celestial arrangements are not just beautiful, they are blueprints. They influence the architecture of thought itself, subtly repatterning how you process, perceive, and project your reality. Kendra reminds us that celestial geometry isn't superstition, it's physics of the divine. Every angle and curve in space carries encoded instruction. This week, the planetary angles act as silent architects, dismantling old belief structures and seeding thought forms aligned with higher consciousness. You may notice your thinking shifting rapidly. Old self-criticisms dissolve mid-thought. Creative ideas arrive without effort. You may feel like you're not trying to think anymore. Your thoughts seem to be chosen by your soul rather than your ego. This is not a loss of control. It's a return to harmony. As these thought patterns realign, your nervous system may feel overstimulated or oddly blank. This is your mental field making room for upgraded geometry, cleaner logic, heart-sourced knowing, and non-linear inspiration. Let the shift happen without forcing structure. One of the most powerful things you can do is unplug from chaotic media or negative language. What you expose your mind to now will crystallize into neural pathways that determine your next steps. Choose purity. Choose stillness. Choose intelligence that sings, not shouts. Spiritual interference peaks during subtle lunar shifts. As the moon subtly shifts phases this week, it creates energetic windows of spiritual permeability. These windows allow in high vibrational frequencies, but also expose you to unresolved psychic interference, energetic clutter, and subconscious noise. It's like the veil gets thinner, and everything becomes louder. In these moments, you may feel foggy, ungrounded, or unusually emotional. This isn't regression, it's exposure. Things hiding beneath your awareness are surfacing, not to scare you, but to be transmuted. Energetic interference always intensifies when the soul is on the verge of breakthrough. This is why discernment matters more than ever. You must know what is yours and what is not. What belongs in your energetic field and what has simply lingered too long, uninvited. The moon's energy will flush it to the surface. Your job is to choose consciously. You may feel called to cleanse your space, cancel plans, or fast from digital input. These instincts are not avoidance. They are soul hygiene. They create space for clarity to land. The less interference, the more direct your connection with Source becomes. This week, protect your spiritual bandwidth, not with fear, but with sovereignty. Energy vampires, false narratives, and even addictive thoughts may knock louder, but that doesn't mean you need to answer. You are not just receiving energy, you are filtering it. And the filter is becoming more crystalline every hour. Your soul records are accessed in moonlight. Moonlight has long been tied to mysticism, but this week it becomes something more. A soft, silent activator of soul records. These are not memories you read with your eyes. They are frequencies your being begins to hum, vibrate, and remember from deep within. Standing under moonlight this week, you may feel sudden clarity, déjà vu, or emotional knowing that seems to come from nowhere. These aren't fantasies. They're imprints of who you've been and what you're here to become. Moonlight serves as a tuning fork, unlocking timelines encoded within your etheric field. You don't need to understand the how. The activation happens through presence. It may come through scent, sound, silence, or stillness. Trust what arises. Trust what falls away. You're not supposed to chase memories. You're designed to embody the energy they hold. These soul records often contain your original soul gifts: healing, vision, sacred leadership, creative magic. But they've been buried beneath generational wounding or social programs. The moon doesn't give them to you. It simply reveals that they never left. As these frequencies emerge, you may feel emotional. Let it move. You may feel tender. Let yourself rest. This isn't a mental download. It's an energetic inheritance returning. You're not remembering for nostalgia. You're remembering so you can finally step into your full design now. The first week unlocks dimensional doorways. Each lunar phase opens subtle thresholds, but the first week of May 2025 holds one of the most sensitive of all. This is a moment when dimensional doorways flicker into accessibility, not through effort, but through alignment. These aren't doors you walk through. They are shifts in perception you tune into. Kendra often teaches that dimensional access is not about travel, but about vibration. When you hold a specific frequency, like deep gratitude, creative flow, or unconditional trust, you match the harmonic code of a parallel timeline, and suddenly reality bends. During this first week, don't be surprised if time feels different. Things may accelerate, slow down, or even pause in your awareness. You may receive flashes of futures or feel split between multiple emotional states. This isn't disorientation, it's dimensional blending. You are being invited to step into a more fluid version of reality, where intention shapes outcome faster and soul speaks louder than logic. But it requires trust. You cannot force entry. You can only relax into coherence. Pay attention to the subtle invitations. A conversation that feels more real than usual, a color that glows brighter, an animal that crosses your path in silence. These are the guides of the threshold. This moon doesn't just open doorways. It asks you to stop assuming the old room is all there is. You're receiving dreams from future selves. If your dreams this week feel unusually futuristic, surreal, or coded with strange symbols, you're not imagining it. You're receiving communications from versions of yourself that already exist in higher timelines. These dreams are not just visions, they are encrypted messages from the you who has already walked ahead. These dreams don't always make literal sense. They may be emotional in tone or filled with metaphors. But they carry vibrations that shift your waking decisions. A dream of drowning may urge you to release control. A dream of flying may nudge you to risk expansion. This type of soul dreaming is different than processing daily events. You'll wake not confused, but activated. Not anxious, but awakened with a strange clarity that has no logical source. That's how future selves speak, through knowing, not explanation. Instead of chasing dream meaning, track how the dream made you feel. Track what changed after. What opened, what closed. This week, your subconscious is not purging, it's preparing. It's collapsing the space between now and what could be. Every dream is an echo of potential, a whisper from your destiny. And this moon acts like an amplifier, catching signals from your future self and translating them through symbols your soul still remembers. This is not prophecy. This is preparation. Emotional density will no longer be contained. This week's moon acts like a high-frequency pressure valve. Emotional density, long held and rarely acknowledged, can no longer stay hidden in the body. The lunar field is making it vibrationally impossible to suppress what you once managed to avoid. Whether it's grief, guilt, or unresolved sadness, the energy must move. Kendra notes that this is not emotional chaos, it's liberation. Many will feel sudden waves of crying, rage, or tiredness with no clear cause. It's not regression, it's release. These emotions are old programs stored in your cellular memory, and the moon is shining a light through every crack. You are not broken, you are breaking free. These emotional flushes are signs of recalibration. They may be inconvenient, but they are never random. Each tear is cleansing ancestral echoes. Each heartbeat pulsing with rawness is releasing lifetimes of survival tension. The soul doesn't need you to analyze it, only to witness and allow. If you feel emotionally overwhelmed, go gently. Rest. Hydrate. Breathe deeply. The moon is not harming you. It's helping you detox from stories you no longer need to carry. You're becoming lighter because you're becoming truer. The moon is amplifying timeline crossroads. This week brings decision points, some obvious, some subtle, that shaped your personal reality with surprising speed. The moon, acting like a magnifying glass, will make even the smallest choices feel intense. That's because those small choices are energetic forks in the road. You might feel stuck between two paths, the familiar and the unknown, comfort versus expansion. These are not random crossroads, they are initiatory. When your inner world is aligned, the moon enhances clarity. When it's scattered, confusion sharpens. Either way, the moon is amplifying what's already inside. This isn't about rushing decisions. It's about recognizing how your frequency shapes the road ahead. The moon is not giving you new options. It's helping you feel what your soul already knows. The more honest you are with yourself, the more obvious the next right path becomes. Choose not based on fear, but alignment. Ask, does this path match who I'm becoming? Let the lunar energy light the way, not push you. This is your invitation to step into a life that finally fits your frequency. This week's lunar energy shakes old identities. Who you think you are is being questioned by the moon, not to hurt you, but to liberate you from outdated roles. You may feel disoriented, like you no longer resonate with your job, your social circles, or even your name. This is not crisis. It's evolution. Kendra often says that the moon doesn't strip you of identity. It melts what no longer serves. During this window, attachments to who you've been may feel like heavy coats falling off. You're not losing yourself. You're remembering what was always underneath the persona. This may come through unexpected ways. A conversation may leave you feeling foreign. An old passion might suddenly return. Even a long-standing belief may feel hollow overnight. That's the lunar activation at work. It doesn't ask permission to rearrange the ego. It simply shines brighter than the illusion. Welcome this internal shake-up. Let what no longer resonates fall away without resistance. You are not required to stay the same version of yourself forever, especially not when your soul is ready to evolve beyond it. Feminine energy grids are being reawakened. The moon has always been a symbol of the divine feminine, but during this week it acts as a reawakener of long-dormant feminine energy grids within individuals and across the planet. This isn't about gender. It's about intuitive power, sacred flow, and emotional mastery returning to the forefront. You may feel more emotionally sensitive, more nurturing, more creatively open. These aren't just moods, they're frequency activations. The feminine grid is reminding you how to receive, not chase. How to create, not conquer. How to align, not force. For many, this energy may feel unfamiliar. We've been conditioned to value only the masculine principles of doing, proving, and pushing. But the moon is pulling you back to the inner technologies of stillness, sensing, and deep knowing. This is where your true power lies. Allow softness without apology. Let rest feel sacred. Listen to the quiet voice within instead of the loud noise outside. The feminine grid isn't coming online, it's returning home through you. The moon's silence now carries instruction. In a world full of noise, the moon teaches differently. It teaches through silence. And during this lunar phase, silence becomes more than the absence of sound. It becomes an encoded language, a vibrational transmission that speaks directly to your spirit without the need for words. This week, you may feel moments where you just know something without having learned it. You may sit in stillness and feel tears rise, guidance arrive, or peace unfold without a single voice. That's the moon's silent instruction. It teaches not by talking, but by attuning. What makes this silence different is its density. It's not empty, it's full of ancestral wisdom, soul contracts, sacred geometry. The more you allow yourself to be quiet, the more your nervous system synchronizes with something ancient and intelligent. So don't fear the spaces where nothing is happening. That's where everything begins. In lunar silence, entire realities are born, not from explanation, but from pure energetic presence. You may feel the collective psychic load. As the moon amplifies sensitivity, you may start feeling emotions or thoughts that aren't yours. This week, many light-sensitive souls will experience the weight of the collective, sorrow, confusion, anxiety, or hope, passing through their field. You're not broken or overwhelmed. You're simply more attuned than ever before. This lunar activation thins the boundary between self and humanity. You might feel heavy without cause, or wake up exhausted even after rest. It's not fatigue from within. It's the psychic residue of the world moving through you. Empaths and intuitives especially will feel this strongly. This isn't something to fear. It's a skill to refine. You're not here to carry the pain of the world, but to transmute it. Through breath, movement, grounding rituals, and time in nature, you can cleanse your field and send that energy back transformed. Use this week to become clear about what is yours and what is not. The moon is helping you become not just a receiver, but an alchemist. And in that process, you'll realize that feeling everything isn't a weakness. It's a sacred strength when managed with consciousness. Internal lunar codes are activating DNA memory. There is more to you than what your genetics suggest. Within your DNA lie dormant spiritual codes, light-encoded memory strands from previous lifetimes, star lineages, and soul missions. During this lunar week, certain vibrational keys unlock these dormant layers, initiating a subtle but powerful remembering. Kendra explains that these DNA codes do not activate through logic. They awaken through vibration, through music, dreams, smells, lunar frequencies, and states of deep presence. That's why some people suddenly feel called to chant, dance, paint, or be silent without reason. It's the language of ancient intelligence stirring within. You may feel physical sensations in the spine, tingling in the crown, or heart flutters during quiet moments. These are indicators that light is moving through your body, changing not just your energy, but your physical cellular structure. You're being recalibrated for a higher bandwidth of soul expression. This isn't fantasy. It's future biology arriving now. As more light integrates, you'll find old limitations falling away, not through effort, but through remembrance. You're not becoming someone new. You're becoming someone ancient, activated, and ready. Spontaneous downloads arrive in emotional waves. Have you ever cried during a moment of sudden clarity? Felt goosebumps as if something just unlocked without warning? These are downloads, not of information, but of emotional intelligence. This week's moon delivers these in tidal waves, bypassing the mind and anchoring directly into the heart. These emotional downloads are raw, real, and often come without a script. You may feel them during music, while gazing at the moon, or during meditation. They are not thoughts. They are living codes arriving through feeling, and the moon acts as the transmitter, helping your body hold them. Your job isn't to explain them, it's to feel them. These moments may unlock memories, inspire decisions, or reconnect you with your divine blueprint. They often arrive when you least expect it, while washing dishes, walking alone, or just sitting quietly under the stars. Let them come. Let them move through you. Because what you're receiving isn't just insight, it's soul architecture being restored. These emotional waves are not storms. They're blessings in disguise, flowing in to awaken what your heart has been waiting to remember. You are now a lighthouse for lunar wisdom. This lunar week doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how others feel around you. Your attunement becomes contagious. When you stand in emotional presence, others begin to feel safer in theirs. You become a lighthouse, not through force, but through frequency. People may confide in you more. Children and animals may seek your presence. You may even notice that your mere stillness in chaotic spaces brings calm. This isn't random, it's resonance. You're holding a stabilized lunar code that others unconsciously seek. You don't need to preach, fix, or advise. Just being anchored in your own emotional authenticity radiates light into confused or darkened spaces. You become the embodiment of moonlight, soft, reflective, and gently illuminating what others couldn't see. This isn't a role, it's a radiance, and it comes not from effort, but from your willingness to stay open in a world that often closes. You are not just on the receiving end of this lunar energy. You are now transmitting it back out to others.